Hey, it's your boy, Beastie Boy Z here, and it's been a little while. Now, yeah, there's really no reason for it. I've just been doing a bunch of other things, and yeah, so I actually made a couple other videos that I just never put up. I haven't gotten around to doing them yet. I got the itch to go do them one night, and then I recorded them, but I felt like I can do them better, and they're pretty important ones, so I figure I'll redo that at a different time. But anyhow, it is September. God, I never know the freaking date, I swear. It is September 21st, 2020. And you may notice that I'm using a little bit more high def action here, and that's because I've got my new lens, which I don't think I've even used that lens yet. I might have on an older video, but I think I've mostly used them on the videos that I didn't put up yet. So this is my new lens I've been using for, I guess it's new as in like a month ago or something. But it's pretty slick. I like it a lot. It gets a nice shallow depth of field, which is cool. And I'm also trying a new technique to cool down my camera, because this one likes to overheat, like I say in pretty much every video. I've got these very, very slim cuts of ribeye. I was going to focus on that. Yeah, look at that. Really, really slim cuts of ribeye. By the way, they advertised, oh yeah, you can get a 20-pack of ribeye for $20. Like, well, technically you can, but they're like, I don't know, I use them for this motion. I use them for slicing up and mixing in my ramen or something like that. But anyway, my camera always overheats, so I stuck one of those between that and the viewfinder, and we'll see if it works or not. But so what's new? Well, there's some stuff that's new. I went on a really cool photography trip sort of thing. I went back to my friends. I went and saw them. They're about 4.5 hours away. Took a bunch of pictures, I think about 5 or 6 different photo shoots with my friends, which was really cool. I got something like 2,000 photos, which for me is quite a lot. I usually do about 400 per shoot on average. So that lines up with about 5 people, and that's sweet. I'm still going through and editing them. That's really cool. And then I did another shoot with somebody new the day before yesterday, which would be Saturday. It's Monday today. And so that's really cool. Those are probably some of my best looking photos yet. I'm really excited about those. The ones I just took. I went to a new city, or a new place I hadn't really been to, and we got really lucky that one of the roads there, one of the streets downtown, is just loaded with lamps and lights the whole way down. So I finally got bokeh that actually looks like bokeh, which was pretty cool. So I was really excited. I've edited a couple of those, but I've got almost every little spot that we tried to take a picture at came out really well. For the most part, it looks like. I guess some of the really darker ones didn't, but that doesn't really matter. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then just been working a whole bunch, and I've been trying to do more photography stuff, which is cool. Trying to learn new tricks and start trying out new things. Is that my phone? That was my, I don't know, it says my chair. I got a new keyboard and I got a new monitor. Check this out. Yeah, it's a mechanical keyboard, and I hope to God there's nobody below me that has a bedroom, because I'm sure it drives them nuts when I play at like 2 in the morning. You can't really click them quietly, but the more I use it, the more I want to use it. It's just an addictive keyboard. It is dropping my stylus here, but I have the box. It's a Logitech G815. Ridiculously expensive, but I buy a new keyboard probably once every 10 years. Not really every 10 years, but close. The last one I bought was in 2012 or 2013, which I'm still using. It's another Logitech right here. This guy, super, I don't know if you can see it. Shoot, this is terrible. Super slim keyboard. I like them slim. I like them to feel like laptop keyboards. That's probably my favorite part about doing any of this stuff. Yeah. And then I've got my other keyboard that I had before that still hanging around, which is another Logitech. Also a super duper slim little board, which I like. They just last forever. Logitech has got amazing stuff. Shout out to them, seriously. my first gaming mouse off my first computer that I built myself was a Logitech. Was it 518 or 3, whatever. The one that looks like it's got dents in it, but it doesn't really. And it lasted actually until earlier this year. It finally gave out, and I bought that in, I think, winter of like '05. So that thing lasted me at about 15 years, which is ridiculous. And I would keep using it, but it finally just, died. So that was cool. Then I got this new keyboard and the new monitor. I got a HP Omen. I used to not like HP much, but now I've got 3 giant-ass HP monitors, and I've got nothing bad to say about them at all. So that's cool. And yeah, I really want to keep using this keyboard, but I'm trying to find more excuses to use it. So yeah. One thing that came up, here's a fun little story. So this has nothing to do with anything related to what I've been talking about, but I started talking to this girl on Tinder. I think it was when I first moved to this apartment, and I used to live across the hall in the other apartment, so I'm trying to think of the exact timeline, but it was like 2017, like late 2017, so about 2 years maybe. And then I realized that I think she's kind of nuts, or at least like an angry kind of girl, so I'm like, okay, I don't want to talk to you anymore. And she forgot the date that we even had set up, so okay, that's also another red flag, and whatever, so I just kind of stopped talking to her, which is what you do. It's not, I don't know, I usually, if the person is really cool, I'll like not ghost them, I'll be like, hey, I think I'm good, but it's just so much, everybody understands what ghosting is now, it's accepted, so I don't feel as bad about it. But I didn't talk to her again, and then out of the blue this weekend, she starts texting me, and I'm like, the fuck, whoa, I know who you are. So whatever, I'm like, what, it's 3 in the morning on a Friday or a Saturday, I think it was Friday, I guess, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll talk to you again, maybe you're not as crazy as I thought you were, because she had a cute dog, it was a cool dog, but she seemed a little bit unhinged, yeah. And I don't know if that was maybe like her personality online was just trying to come across as like, this is how cool I am, you know, I'm actually not this crazy, but I'm putting out this cool first impression, like, I guess, I'm not sure, but so I gave her another chance at least to talk a little bit, but it's one of those, it's actually a really good exercise because it's tough for me to talk to people and not immediately care way more than I should about their feelings or whatever bullshit. It's just a trait, I guess. So this was a good exercise for me to be like, okay, I remember this girl's kind of nuts. I'm just going to treat it baseline, neutral, and not care so much. And that's what I did, and the funny thing is she kept talking to me, so I was like, well, this is interesting data to write down, but it was funny too because I thought that I was being, you know, pretty easygoing, and she's like, why are you so mean to me? And I'm like, I don't think I'm being that mean to you, whatever. So she kept talking to me, and then this is the funny part, is that she's like, yeah, you're really cute. I'm like, oh, am I? I'm like, do you remember what I even look like? It's been like 2 years, or I thought actually in my phone I had reformatted my phone, so to me I thought we'd stopped talking in March of this year, and then I realized that's completely inaccurate because I've been in quarantine this whole time. I have definitely not gotten any dates or anything, and there's been other people I've hung out with since then, so it's definitely not that. So she was right, it was like, she said, yeah, we started talking in 2017, so I was like, okay. So that was even more so, I'm like, do you remember what I look like? And she's like, yeah. And we've been talking for maybe about half an hour, and she sends me this picture of some completely other dude. I'm like, what? That is not me, LOL. And she's like, yes it is, you sent it to me. I'm like, no, you got the wrong Zach, it's not me. She sends me like a screenshot of it. And I think I was drunk when I sent it. If this was the first part, this is the whole point of this section is, first of all, I wasn't even convinced I sent it. I was convinced she had a different Zach that she met off Tinder. And she's like, no, this is from your number. And I'm like, okay, it's my phone number. That's weird. I start like, well, is she trying to put or am I getting like a false memory? Did she have somebody else and I'm trying to make myself remember a false memory? But then it's like, no, I think I was drunk. And I started to kind of think of it, but then again, it's like, am I making this up to myself? But here's what I think happened was, obviously in my Tinder profile there's pictures of me. I have no reason to not show me. That would be terrible to show up and be catfished. Like, hey, not only do I not look like the person kind of in my profile, I'm actually not the same person. Let's go on a date. It doesn't really inspire trust. So she obviously had seen the pictures on my profile. She swiped right on me and kept talking to me. We talked for a while. It was like at least a month, I think, or maybe a little bit less than that. But she knew what I looked like. And then I sent that picture, and I think what it was I had sent it to be funny. I was like, oh yeah, check me out. This is me. I'm super cool. And it was like a picture of just some dude with, I don't know, it was like some regular dude with a hat. And I was like, yeah, I fucking love Hurley snapbacks. Or whatever. And then so it was obviously a joke if I had sent it that way, and my phone had some of our conversation when I'd reformatted it and restored it again, but not all of it. And she had the whole thing, so she sent me a screenshot. She's like, this is you. But you couldn't really get the context. It was just like, oh yeah, this is me, and this is an old Hurley snapback. Like, first of all, I don't ever buy anything from Hurley, and the only snapbacks I've had, I think the last one I was like 15 or 12 when they started going out of fashion. I guess because I just didn't buy any hats after that point. Or whatever. So I'm just sitting here laughing my ass off because I'm like, this is not me and you think this is me. And she's starting to get this attitude. And I should mention, it wasn't like it was working up to it. It was, she thought I was cute because she thought I was the other person. And then as soon as, I think the second time I told her, like, that's not me, she just goes off. She's like, you're a fucking liar, you're a liar. And what kind of fucked up person sends stuff like this, blah, blah. And I'm like, it was probably, I'm like, I guarantee 100% if I sent that to you, it was a joke. How is that funny? Why would you send this? And it's like, I'm sure in the context it's funny and you're a nutcase. You know, I didn't say that, but it's like, that was kind of what I was thinking. It's like, I'm pretty sure that was the situation. I can't think of any other reason I would post another guy's photo to somebody on Tinder, because I would have the hopes of meeting that person anyway. Like, why would I do that? That is the only reason I would, is to have it be so obviously not me. Like, I've done it before where somebody's like, yeah, hey, why don't you send me another picture of you? And I'm like, okay. And it's like Jason Statham, I think, shirtless. It's like, yeah, I've been working out since I took those pictures, and they obviously they're like, oh, ha, 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 that's funny, you know. And then to look at that picture that I sent her and to see my profile pictures, you would probably get the same, like, oh, that's not you, stop being dumb, you know, or whatever, ha, 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 let's go screw or something. No, but it's obviously a situation like that. But over the course of 3 years, for whatever reason, she must have still had me in her phone with this one picture that I sent her as a joke, and she thought it was me because after a certain amount of time, I think Tinder prunes you, or I had removed her or unmatched or whatever, and so she thought I was this guy, and so that's fun. I guess that must show that I have the personality down. This just doesn't work for everybody. It must be the situation, I don't know. So I didn't send her what I actually look like again, because that would have been stupid. She's probably gonna come down and hunt me down if I did. I don't know. She wasn't super crazy. I've met crazier girls, but she did seem like she had a really weird short fuse off a short cliff. Like, not defensive, but easy to be irritated about bizarre things. What the heck was it? Oh yeah, the other part that I think the biggest red flag was when I was talking to her the first time. And I'm not gonna name names, everybody's on Tinder or whatever, but the thing was, she put down that her occupation is like an instrument creator, and I'm like, yeah, I've got like 1,000 guitars and I play keyboard and whatever. I'm really interested, that sounds great, you know? Then I asked her about it and she like blew up. She's like, why the fuck does everybody think that I make musical instruments? I make, the hell was it? It was like something for measuring pressure gauges. It's like, that's an instrument too. Why the fuck does everybody think that? I'm like, oh, well, my mistake. And then she keeps going, and it's like, everybody keeps thinking this. I got half a mind to fucking take that off my, yeah, I'm just spitting all over. I got half a mind to take that off my fucking profile. She's just going off. I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'll see you never, you know. And then she texted me again 3 years later, so I don't know. That's not something that really ever happens to me. Why she still had me in her phone, I don't know. It didn't seem like she was drunk, so I don't think that was the case. Yeah, whatever. So that was fun. Let's see. what else is new? My buddy Kyle gave me this. So, it's a GoPro Hero 3 Plus from like 2012. I'm gonna give this a shot at some point. I will strap this. Actually, I could put it on my guitar. I've got a friend who, I think he puts it on his guitar and you can do cool shit with it. So actually, I just thought of that again right now. Maybe I'll go do that. That'll be fun. And yeah, working up to about 15 minutes. That's about where I want to keep this at, I think. You guys heard enough of my clickiness yet? I gotta have something to do, otherwise I'm just sitting here like I'm posing for school pictures, like I have to get myself in frame. Like that kid who's just like, how's he do it? He's got this, I don't know, he's just got a perfect face. Perfect, it's not stern, but just stoic face. If you know, you know. I heard that today, so now I'm using that phrase. Today only. Get it one time, stop shop. And I'm really tired. I guess that's cool. I had a shitty night, kind of. I don't know. I don't really get depressed or anything from not seeing the sun during the winter. I don't really get seasonal. What is it? Seasonal affective disorder or anything like that. But I do get it from not having sleep, I found. And I've had, since quarantine started, I've had the worst fucking sleep schedule ever. And yesterday I tried to go to bed at like 11. I fell asleep on my couch at 11 watching YouTube. And what happened was exactly what I thought was going to happen. Was I woke up at like 3 in the morning, completely awake, because I've been used to getting 5 hours of sleep every day. So of course I woke up at 3, wide awake. And I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but God, I woke up, and whenever I feel that, or whenever I wake up in the middle of the night like that, I feel like I'm in a void because nobody's awake. And if you don't transition into that state from the rest of the night, it's just, you just wake up and you feel like you're in the middle of the ocean, like there's nobody around, it's dark, and whatever. So I don't know, that makes me kind of feel weird. So I stayed up, I ate some food, I went to the gas station just to go do something. Then I tried to go to sleep again about 5:30, and I think I fell asleep at like 6, and I woke up at 8:30 and decided to wake up at 9 instead. And yeah, I just felt completely off, and I felt off all day. And then I felt kind of depressed over the weekend for whatever fucking reason. So that was fun, and that sucks. JK, it's not really a lot of fun. My nose is itchy. Probably a side effect of this. But the photo shoot was really fun, and that happened this weekend, like I said, so that was really cool. Shout out to Joe and Josie. I really hope that I can go take some more pictures with them, because those guys are really, really good at it. I mean, everybody that I take photos with are really, really good, but we had a really fun time. I want to go do some more of that. So I think for now, I'd like to do some more vlogs and things. It's just I haven't had the mood to do them because I've been taking photography more. I've been doing more photography lately, and so that's kind of been getting my camera fix. But up to almost 18 3/4 minutes, and it's not seeing 18 3/4, about 19 minutes, and it doesn't look like this is overheating yet. So maybe the steak idea is the way to go. I'm gonna take a picture of this so you can see what I'm talking about, and I'll probably post that along with some of my other photos that I did from this weekend, so you can see it was the end of this video here. But this is just ridiculous. Oops. You get to see me take these photos. It's so great. Ooh, clicky. Yeah. It actually doesn't look too bad because the packaging is black and the meat kind of complements the black, I guess. I mean, it's the same thing, right? It doesn't look very good, never mind. Whatever. Zach, Beastie Boy, Z out.